Arabica or Robusta. And Arabica is more flavorful, it's grown on a tree. Robusta would be grown on a bush or a shrub, and it's more caffeinated. So the first signs of fruiting is the white coffee blossom comes out February, March. 3 months later, it is green. 6 months later, it turns red. And that's what we want to pick to make our famous Molokai coffee. These are the pickers that are picking the fruit. So all of our trees are grown in rows. And it's important for us to cut the top and the sides. And right now we have a tractor with a very big hedger going on the top of the trees and on the sides, so that when these pickers come down the row, it's not going to break the tree. Just pick all the fruit. Yeah?
So they're picking right now?
No. They're not picking because we ran out of fruit already to pick.
Oh, you did?
So just a little bit. We had to pick earlier in September.
Oh, you did?
Because we were on restriction with our water.
Oh,
and it pushed the fruit to ripen faster.
Gotcha. So normally it would be, because if you say springtime for the flowers, that would put you...
Now would be to be picking, yeah. But everything was pushed forward, yes. And so normally the harvesters stay out there 24/7. We have 2 shifts, and so we have seasonal workers here. We have mostly workers when it's picking time, about 45, and then we lay off everybody after that. A big cut. Everybody goes find jobs around the island, you know, and then the fruit gets into here. There's always this tractor waiting with a wagon. We dump it here because you notice this bin on the harvester, it can hold 3,400 pounds of fruit. So we're gonna take a look into the base yard to find that harvester, and this is what we normally pick. The red, this is considered overripe and underripe. So the red we use to make our Molokai coffee, and the overripe too. A lot of people think this is rotten, but this makes our famous Mill Skinner coffee, our dark roasted coffee, the kick in the butt coffee. And these cherries make 3 coffees called Malulani, Molokai Island Princess, and Espresso. And this is also found in our famous Mocha Mamas, those coffee shakes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so from the seeds, in this fruit is a seed. That's why we call it a fruit. The seeds is the actual coffee bean. We need to soak the seeds from the cherry in water because there's a slime called mucilage. Soak it in water, and then we can dry it for 5 days. This is the concrete slabs that we have down the hill. So up here, we cannot dry the fruit because mold and fungus happens. So we pick everything down. You guys remember passing the landfill?
Yeah.
Okay, right below that is our Molokai Electric Company, and then on the side of that, because it's really hot, they're making electric down there. We dry our fruit down there. Okay? But it does rain, so like this next couple of days, we know it's gonna rain. We have a big dryer to take out the moisture. It's like how you pop popcorn. If too much moisture, it's not gonna pop yet. That's why you have a lot of kernels on the bottom. Just like coffee, it's not gonna roast good if too much moisture. Now this is the owner, Mike Atherton. He's the one that owns 1 million coffee trees in Nicaragua. So the stickers she gave you in the store, that represents 90% Nicaragua, 10% either from Maui, the Big Island, or from Molokai, because there was a bankruptcy. These trees were here since the late 80s, but no one was taken care of from 2001 to 2003, so we had no coffee. Everything was gone. Molokai coffee. Nobody knew what Molokai coffee was. You knew what Kona coffee was, but not Molokai coffee. Just came back with these 2 new owners. Albert Boyce, he's the main owner. He makes the decision who we're going to sell the coffee to, if we're going to expand, if we're going to get a new machine. He decided to sell coffee to Trader Joe's. So you're going to find us in California, not all over Trader Joe's yet, but just mainly in California because he's from Mexico. And they opened the farm in 2004, and because he owned the farm, what kept us afloat is that blend. And so now, extra money, that's why it's still here. So we have 2 types of coffee, either a blend or 100% from our trees. That's a coffee tree right there. You see that against the wall? So in the front of the store, you're going to see more trees with fruit on top. So after the tour, after the tour, you both can go in the front and pick the fruit. So you can actually suck on this and taste it. The red skin is what makes coffee liquor, or Kahlua. So we're going to get that in a couple months. That's what you can get from the skin.
Cool.
And this green fruit, since we pick it, we can process that and use it for caffeine content for medicines. You know, like Aleve, Excedrin. This is for caffeine content. But every doing right now is just going back to the ground for composting. Okay? So we're gonna go look into the baser at the harvester, but just remember this man too. He's the one that perfected our cup of coffee, Dan Cooling, and the Signature coffee. So whatever we learned from him is what we're carrying on today. Yeah. That's why he's up there. Like it's fiberglass rods, and the trees go right in the middle. So those plastic plates move back, it allows the row go in, and then it moves forward so the fruit don't fall on the ground. It actually part of that rod is, if you don't cut your trees right, there goes your tree. So one driver sits on top, 2 wheels here, 1 wheel on the other side because it can tilt to remain stable. The Norfolk pine tree serves as a windbreaker. It takes 30 years to grow that tall. So we're going to do the panic because it grows 8 feet less than, yeah, less than that. And then, yeah, right in here is the big coffee trees. That first bench there is trees ready to be planted. You can come inside. Look how pretty. You look at this leaf. Wow. This is a family to the gardenia flower here in Hawaii. And then Dorothy that runs this operation, she's growing lettuce. She's growing beans. All kinds of other plants to, you know, make extra income, I guess, or feed the people that work here.
So are you saying that the coffee plants is in the gardenia family?
Yeah, this is our family to the gardenia flower.
No wonder I like coffee too. I'm big on Tiare and tuberose and yeah.
You gonna like this because a lot of people on my tour, they buy these trees and then later they get the fruit and they're like, where's the flower? Because it looks just like the gardenia.
It does. Yep.
Yeah, and so you see this this white heavy helps to keep the heat in. And then the piping, the misting, it's a mist, yeah? This is going to be a mist, so it's not a drip system like we have across in our farm. At the bottom of the trees is a black hose, it's a drip system for us to water, but this is a misting when we started. So this is ready to be planted into the ground. 2 leaves is 1 set, so we only count 6 and it's ready to be put into the ground. You notice these gels, it helps to keep the moisture. These trees like moisture, that's the most important thing. If the ground is too dry, it's not going to grow fast, it's not going to produce, so you need moisture in the soil. So what we do is we take it out and we plant it and we reuse these tubes. Because the roots stretch, so it's all fibrous in here. The roots can stretch as long as 12 feet and this can grow 12 feet. So we always got to cut it down because our harvester, the machines that pick it, and this can live as long as 85 years old. All of our trees across in the farm is over 30 already. Growing this, she got the seeds from Maui and we're getting our beans from Maui, so we want to do our own so we don't have to pay somebody to grow and in a couple of years we're gonna get our own pods.
You get the seeds out of the flower, yeah?
Yeah. You gotta cross.
Right.
To pick.
Yeah, I know, they're tough.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do. So I'm interested in learning when that comes out. So let's go in here. Right, look at that. This is in the middle of that fruit. Normally there's 2. When there's 1, it's much rounder. So I don't see any pea berries that are... Let me see, is this a round one? No. Normally you can tell if it's a pea berry because it's a whole and it didn't split. These are all halves. And pea berries are rare. If you find that in that fruit, just 1 seed, that's the top selling coffee bean because it happens only 8% out of the tree.
Does it taste any different?
Yeah, it's a smoother cup of coffee and it's fuller and it's rare, and when it comes out, it's gone. So you either got to take a tour or you got to really love coffee to know what.
I found one at the Hilo Market one.
Oh yeah.
It's a gold medal. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always on the coffee bag and there's always like a sticker that says pea berry. So when it's out, if you know when the coffee farms are harvesting, yeah, so for us to have pea berries, you always have to order online or you can ask in the store. So that's what we're waiting on to find out if we have available.
That's not one there.
Yeah, this one's split. Yeah, that one's split. You're gonna tell because it's rounder, but